Okay, welcome back to New Amsterdam. So yeah, just kicking off pretty much straight from where we left off in the last episode. And yeah, still waiting for some more houses to be built. We could probably do some more building, but I just don't want to stress our guys. We've got 5 labourers, 4 builders. Sometimes when I start a new game, I'm sort of so eager. I start building loads of building, and I look up, and we've got like a builder count of like 200 or something. And I'm sort of used to playing with like 500 people on the map, and things getting done. So yeah, sometimes I've just got to sort of rein myself back in and realise that there's only so many people on the map, and there's only so much they can do. So again, we're probably going to need some form of woodcutter. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw in a little chopper. Yeah, just going to put it down here near the blacksmith, and I'm going to give them a little stockpile as well, save them having to walk all the way over here. So yeah, just throw this down in. Again, this corner is going to change a little bit. We're not going to probably have... well, is it? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe it's going to change. We'll see. Okay, so they're all moaning now about being cold. We haven't got any coats or anything on the go. Let's get this blacksmith started. Hopefully this chopper will get built sooner rather than later. Let's prioritise it. Come on, let's get this done. Because really we can't sort of push forward with going mental with the building until just we've got the basics in and sorted. Okay, yeah, herbalist. We're going to need a herbalist, otherwise we're going to be in trouble. You can see it's already dropping to 3, so because I'm going to want to use all this space going up here, so it's going to be fairly difficult placing it. I'm thinking for the time being we're just going to chuck it down here. So let's just throw it in. Leave that in the corner for now so I can see where I'm building. And herbalist, what we're going to need, houses. Let's stick with the trusty town abode for now. Let's have a couple in. And what else? A barn. Let's use arcades. Medium. It's about the same sort of footprint, a little bit smaller than a town abode, so chuck that in there. And we're going to need leather. A lot of the new native buildings, which we're going to get to, TP, and, well, all of them pretty much, I think. Yeah, they all sort of need leather, apart from the totem pole. So a hunter is required. So we can use red ketchups as well, because it benefits from space saving, as we saw in the last series, because we can add a house as part of the model. So let's in fact maybe put a bit of road in, a bit of dirt road, I think. We'll take it to the end there, and then we'll shift it, and yeah, just bring the road across here. For a bit of faster travel. And let's spin this around a bit. And we'll stick a hunter on the end. And let's get the house in. There we go. Okay, let's throw prioritisation over all this. So it'll benefit us having some more houses down this side as well. Are they going to need a stockpile over here? No reason not to give them one. Nothing fancy, 4x3 should do the job. Get rid of that now. Okay. So, chopper. Get chopping. One of the mods I've actually put on has changed the chopper's tool. Sort of, yeah, if you can see or not, some big dock-off blade. I'll see if I can zoom in a little bit more in a future episode to show you. But yeah, they're going mental with a massive machete. Okay, so what else do we need? Well, these canal docks are okay for storage, but we've got a new storage building in 1.5. Let's have a goosey gander at this bad boy. The magazine, it's called. Yeah, a large walled storage building able to store huge quantities of resources. So look at this thing. And fortuitously, it just happens to be 11 long. So it's going to fit in here very nicely. We're going to leave a little gap. Just a single, I think, in front of the stockpile. Throw that in. And we're going to do the same on this side. So you've got two massive warehouses. And I'm just going to pause them for the time being. We're not running out of storage just yet, and it does take a supreme amount of stone to get these built. So we're going to place them, pause them, and it will just allow us to carry on building along. Excuse me. Okay, so yeah, they're still cold, aren't they? How are we doing with fuel? It's going to take a while, I think, for them, because all the minions are going to be nicking all the firewood straight away, so it's going to take a few minutes, I think, just to even out. Tools we don't need as yet, so we're going to hang fire on that. Let's get the clinic on the go, because you never know when disease is going to strike. When I was toying about offline, it happened pretty much straight away. I think I had sort of 20 people, and we've sort of got 18 now, so yeah, it's always a good idea to get that done sooner rather than later. But yeah, look at our health, it's gone right down, so let's be generous. Let's get 2 guys in here. Let's not mess about. We're going to leave that on 2 for as long as we can, and then the moment we've got one of our trading posts up and going with some stock in it, some firewood, we'll get the herb seeds and cotton. They're going to be our first 2 seed purchases. So what else? If you notice, though, we've got a snow on the map this time around. It was fairly tropical in the last build. This one we're going to have a mix of all seasons. You sort of see the shadows moving across the screen. There we go. Can make it a little difficult to see what you're doing in the snow, because it adds like a snow texture on the top of everything, and it sort of mixes it all in, so it can be a bit difficult to see. But the snow doesn't last for too long, normally a few months. I think it's for some strange reason it's sort of August to November time. But yeah, anywho, come on, shopper, get cracking. How are we for stuff? Logs okay, stone and iron could do with getting some of that in. Let's tell them to collect some of that. Yeah, hopefully that should help. Yeah, down here as well, sort of clear the area of it all. Hunters. Now I've put a hunter in, as I said, to get the leather for the native buildings. So I'm just going to hang fire on that for the time being, because we've only got 4 labourers, 4 builders, and we're not needing it for food. So let's get this fishing dock open down here, so we can get some food production down this end, so they're not going all the way back up here. What do we need to do here? We need to get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Now, we can't get rid of this just yet because well, our tools are in here, so we're just going to have to hang fire there. We're pretty much going to demolish all this and move everything down here. In fact, we're going to pretty much demolish everything other than the ceremonial ground, and that we're going to be using pretty much straight away. Once we've got a few extra people spare, you get 5 labourers, 5 builders, anything above that, we'll get a guy in here. Now, they do die, again, fairly quickly. Doesn't seem to be as severe as what it was on the Curse of the Golden Llama mod. And we're not just getting native artifacts out of this as well, we're getting arrowheads, and we need arrowheads to convert these buildings. Once they've been built, you get a choice of what you want the usage to be. So it's normally either sort of housing or storage. The big one at the back here, the longhouse, that can be used as a boarding house or storage. So yeah, you need arrowheads normally and muskets to do that. So we're going to need to get someone in this pretty soon, just to start building up our supply of those types of items. Okay, what else is happening? We've got these houses done yet? Yeah, we've got 2 of them done, so that's okay. Well, 3 really, because we've got the hunter residence as well. So that's good, good, good. Yeah, our hearts are starting to pop back up now as the herbs trickle in. Okay. What next? What next? What next? How are we doing with this hospital? Nearly done. Just waiting for it to be built. Let's yeah, prioritise that. And yeah, let's get this open as well. Our gate. So yeah, I'm just trying not to throw too much road in at the moment. We've got our main road, but it sort of takes time away from the main building, so probably going to give a little bit of road just along the back here. Yeah, just so I can mark out a bit of space. May as well do this bridge as well. Okay, so we've got we have 2 people in this fishing dock, so let's put 2 in, and then we're going to give it a couple of minutes just to get it settled, and then we're going to turn this one off. We won't destroy it just yet in case we need it for emergencies. It's built, so we'll keep it like that. We don't need anyone in here, we just need it built and available so that if we get a disease we can bang someone in, but there's no point in having someone sitting there waiting while we're at this stage in the game. More canals. Let's put another fishing dock in over this side. We haven't had any helders built over here yet, but we will do, so we're going to need a fishing dock. We don't necessarily have to stock it as yet. And yeah, we just need to make sure I know what side it is. As I say, it's a bit difficult to see in the snow, so we're getting everything lined up. Just got to be a bit careful. It's there. Yeah, and then that should leave room for our bridge. And again, difficult to see in the snow. I think that's the one. Yeah. Boom. Okay, that's it. Nice. Dun, 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 dun. Let's stick another fishing dock over here. And some more storage. Yeah, we've got to sort of bump our way up this end, basically. So, yeah. Okay. Now, what we're going to put behind these 2 storage items? Well, the oh, I was going to show you one of the mods actually. Let me bring up the mod list for you. And dun, 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 dun. What was I going to show you? Yeah, magazine materials. It was when we were building these big new magazine buildings, the storage buildings. Allow the militant magazine to store materials. Now, Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it might allow it to store stone, but I don't know if it's this particular magazine or whether it's to do with some of the new buildings we've got. We've got quite a lot actually. So yeah, as I say, I haven't progressed that far with 1.5. I haven't really got as far as using all these military style buildings as yet. I've been sort of predominantly messing around with the sort of houses and more of the production chain buildings, non-military related. So yeah, we're gonna have to just do that on the fly as we go. However, as I did show you in the intro, we now have Mountainous Mines. So if we bring up our mine, we can see we can sort of place this anywhere now. So it's got a sort of flat back to it, which is, you know, okay. But, you know, what can you ask for when you're putting them on flat land? Normally that's hidden into the hill. But, yeah. So, in interest of having sort of iron, coal and stone all pretty much on our doorstep straight away, let's get a couple of these in. Well, these are going to take a lot to build, a lot of stone, but you know, let's throw them in anyway. I just want to make sure they're in the right place. Press the right button. And I think, yeah, that should be right. Let's just make sure with a bit of road, because I want a central. Double road going through in between the mines. Yeah, that seems to be working okay. Yeah, okay, good. Probably going to pause these initially, don't need them just yet. Again, we could put buildings in, just hang fire. I mean, we could build them, we might not even use them straight away. It does take a lot of people to fill these mines and the quarries and things, so we're just got to be a little bit wary of that. Yeah, there's a little mountain here. I think we should flatten that off. That's gonna get in the way. Let's get rid of that. I do love this power tool. One of the best additions. Simple, but definitely does the job. I'm very pleased with it. Okay. So this wood chopper, he's just not going to cut the mustard. You know, he's not really producing enough. They're still moaning about being cold. If you're thinking about why I'm put a tailor in, well, I just don't care. The tailor, it's not that important straight away. You know, they're not going to freeze. I've sort of run it a little bit, and they're sort of okay with just the wood. It's a sort of fair climate. It's not too harsh. So we'll get to that later. We're going to sort of incorporate clothing with the natives, because they produce a lot of leather, or can do. So we'll get to that as we progress further up towards the native camp up here. But yeah, as regards to the chopper, we're going to need we're going to need firewood to sell at the trading post. This is going to be sort of quite a hardcore port area, and we're going to need stock, you know, to shift. So let's get some sort of yeah, let's get some sort of wood action on the go. Let's take this up to here. I'm just going to draw around the sides of these. Yeah, these mountainous mines. So yeah, This is a bit. Just trying to look at the terrain, see if it's a bit lumpy. What do we want to do? We want to put in, well, last series we realised we could actually make some money from wood statues. So we want to get some statue guys in, we want to get some woodcutters in, and possibly some lumber guys in as well. They don't produce a lot in the saw pits, but you know, they produce enough to compensate. You know, well, compensate, is that the right word? No, I was going to say complement like the lumber mill, which we don't have yet, which we're probably going to put along here at some point, but we don't need it just yet. So let's put a couple of tar pits there. And yeah, what about some carvers? Put some of these in. And of course we can also get some jade quarries on the go and get some jade statues being built. So lots of options. What about the cutter? Well, let's chuck you in there, and let's put one on this side as well. See, my idea being that we can have some residential, some industrial, and then maybe some sort of forestry units going up the side to be feeding in logs and certain stuff like that into the centre, so we can sell it or use it for certain things. So that's the idea. Hopefully it'll work out. I want to try and get sort of different canal designs. You know, I don't want it all to be just like a block system like in America. I want it to be sort of go out here and around and stuff. But for this particular section, it is going to be fairly sort of blocked off. But as I say, if you look on the map screen, it's just a tiny amount of of the buildable area we've got to play with. So yeah, what was I doing there? Put some more road in, which I can't because I need to stop this stuff from collecting. Yeah, I think we'll just box this off and leave it for this episode. Yeah. So we'll box that off. We've got our woodcutters in. We're going to need to let them build. Yeah, you see, build account 22. Shouldn't take them too long. And yeah, when we come back, we'll get cracking with putting some forestry guys in and getting some currency to spend at our trading post. So I'll see you then.